What's up, you guys? It's wrong channel. Today, we're talking about the biggest way to waste money on doing renovations in your home and what not to do. Today, I've got special guest Graham Stephan here. If you don't know him yet, go check out his channel, Graham Stephan on YouTube. Awesome stuff. I'm gonna start off with you, Graham. What's the number one thing that eradicates the absolute most market value from an investment property?
I guess the first one I would say is over-customization of the home and making it too unique for you. Some people have great taste, and when they make it for them, people love it. Most people make it for themselves, and people walk in and just can't relate to it because it's so far from what they would like themselves. And when you make any home too custom with the colors that you like, with the design that you like, furnishing it the way you like, or doing things that are too specific to you, people just have a harder time envisioning themselves in that home. And in turn, that ends up meaning less money in your pocket.
That's 100% true, and it also oftentimes leads to higher sale times because here's the bottom line. If you're appealing to 90% of the market with things that are not custom, white baseboards and regular gray beige walls, and what sometimes sellers call boring or bland, but it appeals to 90% of the audience, the house is going to sell relatively quickly. I call it sort of the HGTV style. Almost everybody who watches these shows generally likes the style. But when those 10% customizations come out, where people are doing cultural customizations or religious customizations or even just color customizations, those make selling properties very difficult and are the first thing that destroy market value. Ultimately, most of the people buying properties under 4 units aren't the savvy real estate investors or the big investors like Grant Cardone buying hundreds of units at a time. They're mom and pop real estate investors.
I totally agree.
And they look for those cosmetics. Let's hit number 2.
Let's do it.
Number 2, spending too much money on energy efficient upgrades. It seems really desirable and eco-friendly to spend a lot of money on dual pane windows, insulating walls, re-insulating the attic, getting the most energy efficient furnace you can. But the bottom line is, a new furnace that's basic that costs you $1,900 versus super highly energy efficient furnace that costs you $5,000. That $1,900 furnace will get you way far enough investment wise and resale wise. That other money you're spending for energy efficiency will make your tenant happier, but you're gaining zero from that.
Same thing with solar panels too. I've noticed that it can be extremely expensive. The leases on some of these solar panels could be 15 to 20 years. You're never going to see that return, especially if the tenant's responsible for paying energy anyway. I've almost never seen it be worth it. I've never seen that be a selling point for any sort of tenant, that there are solar panels on the house. It's
100%.
Just a hassle.
It usually almost always is. In fact, the number one thing I see kill deals now are solar panel leases and power purchase agreements, because sometimes you get people that come in and say, well, wait a minute, you had your lease set up for your usage. Well, I travel a lot, I'm barely home, and now I'm stuck paying this higher bill. I can't get out of the contract. Either you pay it off or I'm out of the deal. I've seen that happen time and time again now. Be careful with those power purchase agreements and leases.
100%.
Number 3, I hate to say it because I feel like I'm a big buff, not like physically because I'm not buff at all, about home automation. Home automation, electronics, Alexa, wiring up your house to be capable for home automation services. It's great, especially in the luxury market. I imagine it would go very far, but the technology just isn't that great yet to where it's so intuitive that anybody can pick it up and start using it. Usually it comes with a lot of extra servicing, and tenants will complain all the time. I've been there. Don't recommend it. Maybe it'll be better in 5 years. What do you think?
What I've noticed too, the more things that you have, the more likely it is to break, or the tenant is to break it. If it can be broken, I guarantee there is a tenant out there that will find a way to break it. It could be the easiest thing to use. They will call you, it's not working. And that's the same thing as if like there's water pouring up from the ground and flooding. They'll call you with the same level of urgency that I can't get the volume knob to work for the master bedroom sound. What do I do at 2 a.m. in the morning? Or Sunday
true.
mornings at 6
So
a.m.
true.
There's something that will come up and it will break it. And then not only that, it's expensive to repair.
Oh, especially the automation stuff. The thing is, because it's relatively new, there are also a lot of bugs in the new automation. Switches, outlets, software that controls it. So every time they come out with new updates, somebody's got to be there to update them. Then you try to go to replace this stuff. It's expensive. And you think the tenant's going to be capable of handling that? Forget about it.
Yeah. What I've done, allow the tenant to do all of these things. And if they want to leave it there, by all means. If it's free, so be it. Someone will find value in it. But I don't want to spend money doing stuff like that if it's not absolutely needed.
Number 4, over-improving for the neighborhood. Here's the thing. If you're in an area like I'm in Ventura, California, Santa Barbara, California, Santa Barbara's a little different, but let's talk about Ventura for a second. If you're in a neighborhood or a tract and every house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and they're all about 1,500 square feet, if you now do a 500 square foot family room addition, you're often over-improving for the neighborhood, and you oftentimes don't get your money back. You certainly don't get the same proportionate per square foot increase. Now, that can be different in areas like Beverly Hills and West Hollywood. Graham, what do you think about over-improving?
It's hard to over-improve in luxury areas because almost anything you do that's on par with the other homes around you will be profitable. The problem goes when you're the only one that has the second story. When you're the 5,000 square foot home in an area where every other home is 1,000 square feet. When you have, the luxury basement that's all built out, but you're the only one.
With home automation.
Home automation, exactly. It just doesn't really pan out. So it's really so location specific. And especially when you're trying to get the most ROI, the best bang for the buck, it's really just to be on par with everything else in that area.
The same is true in Santa Barbara. And I think most of us watching this and thinking about doing these strategies or taking advantage of this, we're not looking at taking advantage of investing in West Hollywood or Beverly Hills or the luxury markets anyway.
Right.
We are appealing to what I call my favorite rental class, the median. Whatever the median is in the market that you're in, that's where you want to invest and that's where you want to buy your rental properties.
Agreed.
Oh my gosh, Graham just told me about something that absolutely kills me in resale as a real estate broker. This probably kills the most value possible.
Reducing the number of bedrooms.
Do we even need to say more about that? Oh my gosh.
Obviously we do because it's common.
That's true.
And people do that. They find a way to turn a 4-bedroom house into a 3-bedroom or a 3 into a 2. Or sometimes I've even seen it where they take a 2-bedroom and make it a 1 big bedroom instead.
It's just big mistake. Maybe, look, if you're living there, that's fine. But if as soon as you turn that into a property you're putting on the rental market or a property that you're going to sell, put that wall back up. It is huge, the impact that you can have by putting another bedroom in. In fact, what I oftentimes do is say we have a 3-bedroom house and it has a 4th room that doesn't have a closet. It's not technically a bedroom, but it works as an office. Because I know of the impact of an extra bedroom, what I'll do is I'll actually advertise it as a 4-bedroom. First line in the description, I say, welcome to this 4-bedroom home, and then parenthetically, 3-bedroom plus an office without a closet. So that way it's full disclosure, but that way everybody looking on the search results on Zillow or Realtor.com, when they type in price, beds, bath, I show up for people who need a 3-bedroom house and an office. If I show up in the 3-bedroom category, they're not looking for 3+ office. That's not an option. They're looking for 4-bedroom houses.
And maybe many people don't mind too, just having a den
Yeah,
as a bedroom.
100%.
I know so many people that would be so happy with just it's a den, it's a guest room.
Wardrobe,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's all
So,
it is.
and how hard is it to add a closet too? Those are our 5 items, but we've got some bonus items for you. Graham, take it away.
So I would say as a bonus item, a home warranty plan is probably one of the worst purchases you can make. Maybe in the 1% of situations where they actually come through, what I found is that a dishwasher or I've had a garbage disposal break, I spend $65 on the trade fee for them to come out. They don't address the issue. They delay it for weeks. And then you just end up going and doing it yourself anyway for like $40. And usually the home warranty plans will find any way not to cover you. They will find some reason why it's not this imminent thing, or they can just put a temporary band-aid on, get it to work temporarily, and then it breaks, and they say, no, we don't cover the full cost of that. I've just dealt with so much crap. I found it's not worth it, especially the $500 a year it usually costs or more. Put that just towards whatever repairs that need to be addressed.
100%. The home warranty plans, their thing is fix or replace, but honestly, it's just Fix. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't cover that.
no.
Yeah.
You know, I think the only time it's okay is like if the seller's already paying for it for
Yes.
you anyway, and it's the first property you're buying. The last thing you want is like you go in and like crap, the water heater broken. You just put all your money into a down payment. But as soon as you start getting into owning multiple properties, they're the biggest waste of money. I look at it, if you have 10 properties, you're spending $5,000 a year on home warranties to have all of them. You're way better off just replacing 2 furnaces a year, which will cost you about $5,000, or 1 roof or whatever, than spending all that money on home warranty plans, just self-repair.
Totally agree.
Second bonus, well, we really don't have one, so just keep watching Graham Stephan's channel, keep watching me, Kevin. If you haven't subscribed to both of us yet, subscribe to both of ours. Make sure to buy that light-up toilet seat from my affiliate link after you watch Graham's video, and otherwise, thank you so much for watching.
Subscribe, like and subscribe.
Soft tap.